All right, so where would you be if you started yesterday? I, it's a little bit loud on my end. Where would you be if you started yesterday? So I saw a quote. Actually, my roommate had a flyer from something up on the mirror in our living room, and it said, "Where would you be if you started 60 days ago?" Of course, I had to do something with working out, and first of all, it caught my eye because it said, "Where would you be if you had started 60 days ago?" And that really struck me because when it comes to the concept of time, us in a Western society, we have this mentality that time is this linear thing, that you can just check these boxes and you can just march along like an ant and just keep going forward. But you can't wish you were a place that you've never been if you don't have a point of if you don't have a point of awareness to get there. If that sounded confusing, trust me, I know it is, because when I saw the quote, "Where would you be if you started 60 days ago?" I'd still fucking be right here because I'm in the present. So on that, I had a conversation with one of my coworkers after an epiphany that I had about what it means to be present. We have this concept of future and past as if they're tangible things. Have you ever held the future in your hands? Have you ever smelled the future? Have you ever touched the future? Same thing with the past. Pick up some past. Show me what past is. Hold it in your hand. You can't. Past is a collection of experiences that you have had, that you experienced in the present, that you're keeping up here. Same thing with future. Future is taking a collection of knowledge that you know and you're trying to apply it to situations that have not happened yet. This is why people get intense bouts of anxiety, because their brain is constantly trying to create something that literally does not exist. Like, I'm all for visioning, I'm all for dreaming, I'm all for having a plan. But when you get so wrapped up in executing the plan ahead of time, this is what breeds anxiety. So once again, going back to that quote, where would you be if you started 60 days ago? You can only ever approach a situation from the point of awareness that you are at. So when it came to that specific flyer from whatever fitness gym that was, if I wasn't ready to start 60 days ago, then I wouldn't be any closer to the goal of being 60 days ahead of my growth. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense because time isn't linear. And technically, time is a measurement that we use to make sense of events. So we can refer to events that will come to pass or that have happened in the past. But time isn't real. It's not a real concept. And for those that have never done research on time and how that works, and the difference between the Gregorian calendar and calendars that have been Mayan calendars, before Sunday was actually Sunday. Oh, my tea is boiling. Hold on. 2 seconds. I got an injury on my hand, and turmeric tea acts as a great anti-inflammatory inside the body, and helps your immune system fight infection. So when I say turmeric tea, I literally mean that this is just turmeric powder and hot water. But anyway, time, yes. So what we currently refer to as time is based off of the prime meridian, and the prime meridian is actually in England. I forgot whereabouts. It's not too far from London. It's not in central London. I've been to it before, but I was just on the outside of the building. Anyway, where the prime meridian actually is, you're on a 0 mark, and every time zone going west is plus 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, is minus 1 hour, and every time zone to the east of that is +1 hour, which is why you have different time zones. Like noon, my time right now is actually like 13 hours ahead of schedule for Thailand. And let's see, if I'm in LA right now, I think New Zealand is like 16 hours ahead, or almost 24 hours ahead, 22 plus hours ahead. So anyway, when it comes to time and looking at time in a linear fashion, it doesn't make sense because it's not real. So I'm saying this because we have this anxiety around time, around this concept of we don't have enough time. There's these concepts of should, like I should have done this, I should have. You can only ever approach something from the point of awareness that you are. When you choose to learn a new lesson, when you choose to take on a new habit, that's when you will go on to the next thing. So this is beautiful. And this is the conversation that my coworker and I had, the epiphany that I had that morning, is that the one thing that you have done all of your life since conception is be present. You've always been present. You've always been right here, right now, in the moment. You've never been in the past. You've never been in the future, because as we just talked about, those are concepts of the mind. So if you've always been in the present, what is the point of having anxiety? What is the point of saying, I wish I would have done this. I wish I can do this. The level that you're currently at, once you perfect that level or become comfortable with it, new things will arise. A new point of awareness will arise. And that new set of problems, opportunities, they will show you what's next. So being in the present will show you what's next. You don't have to set these goals and these targets and have to go get them. Now, once again, like I said, I'm all for dreaming, I'm all for visioning. I do think that setting goals and targets can be healthy, but when you're more focused on the target than you are on the actual journey, you're going to breed anxiety. You're going to breed this concept that time is ruling you instead of you being in flow with time and allowing it to naturally unfold. Time can be a beautiful, harmonious relationship instead of this thing that we have to crush. That's one thing that gets me all the time is I love motivational videos and stuff, but the way they talk about life and mastery of things is so violent. Like I really appreciate the 10 times rule right now. That's what the book I'm currently reading by Gordon Cardone, I think that's his name. But there's a couple of phrases that he uses, like attack success, attack life. I don't want to attack the thing that I want to come to me. I want to be harmonious with success. I want to be harmonious with life. I don't want to, what do people say? Crush the work week, crush the day. Why? No, I want to live in that. I don't want to crush it and kill it before it even has time to take root and evolve and give me its fruits. So anyway, I digress on that. But the thing that my coworker and I were discussing was that if you are always present, then there's no need to have anxiety. If anything, relax into the present and let those opportunities that you want unfold and come to you. How much more beautiful of a life will you have when you just relax into the space that you're in and allow yourself to co-create with your situation, your environment, with your work, with your relationships, with the universe. Co-create with it and allow it to play with you and show you cool opportunities, and you take up those opportunities. So going back to that quote, you can never be somewhere ahead of the time that you're supposed to be there. Like, yes, you can definitely take in information and learn lessons a lot faster if you maybe surrender to those lessons faster, if you decide to take in new knowledge at a more rapid pace. But you're only ready for the next step when you are ready for the next step. So to say, where would you be if you started 60 days ago? That's just a figment of your imagination. If you want to start new habits, if you want to start new things, you just start now. That's it, because that's all you have. You're always here now. So yeah, the whole concept of where would you be if you started yesterday? I didn't start yesterday, so I'm right where I am now. Or I did start something yesterday, so now I'm forming new habits. Feel solidified in the fact that you have always been right here. That's the one thing that you've done since you've been born. The concept of time as linear is a little psychotic, which is crazy because I know that's the way that the Western world lives, including me. Like, I know I tend to set goals and targets and do things linearly because that's what I've been taught. But the truth is, that's not how time works. So just because I believe, or we have bought into this idea that time works this way in this linear fashion, doesn't mean that it's true. Be at peace with the fact that you can relax into the moment and achieve all that you want to achieve right here, right now, because that's all you ever have. Love and light to you.